Hey everyone, I want to share with you today that we go through changes too. Everyone's company goes through changes where they have to let people go, hire new people in the company. And we did that this week. On our virtual assistant team, we had to do that. We had to retrain, rehire, because we didn't have the perfect people in the perfect seat. Now, we may think we do at the beginning, but as times evolve, as your business evolves, you need better people or different people on your team. So number one, you either retrain, and when you've done a lot of retraining, you know what you expect. So you always want to retrain first before you rehire or release, I should say. But there are times where this week we had to retrain weeks ago. It didn't work out, so we had to rehire. And that's what an organization as a leader you have to do. See, because as a leader, it is your obligation, your responsibility to make sure that the personnel on your team is phenomenal. Now, what does that mean? Let's say that you started off small, you're a one-person team and you have a one-person help. Okay, you have one assistant. Well, that assistant, that first one is very, very crucial because you will be offloading what you're doing for the first time to them, right? But then what happens is as you grow and hopefully you scale and grow and have a growth mindset, you scale to that second person. Well, the second person may not have the same skill set as your first person, but your first person might be doing it at the whole time, right? At the first maybe 3 to 6 months before you can find a full-time person that specifically, for example, handles social media, for example. The first person you hire maybe did calls, leads, something that is very monetary, right? But the second person, now you're starting thinking about, well, how do I look on social media? Do I have posts, reels, stories? Am I reaching out there enough? And that second person is not going to be the same skill set as your first person because your first person was your emails, your leads person, right? Things that will help you make sales. Now you need to create awareness and increase your marketing. A lot of times that first person is not going to be the one to do it, right? Because a really good leads person, right, who's great on the phone, sales, they're selling all day, it's hard to ask for them to do a switch and say, you know what, now I need you to be phenomenal at social media creation, at your skill sets on this and that. Like they're switching back and forth every 15 minutes, right? They're picking up a phone call and next thing you know, they're doing something else. They could, but as your team grows, you have to make sure you get the right person in the right seat to do it. And as our organization has grown, we needed someone who can be great at lead generation, who's able to have the same mindset and grow with us, right? And we had to retrain and rehire some people, which is okay. As a leader, we have to take that responsibility. For those of you who are business owners, take that responsibility to retrain your people before you rehire. But when it comes that you need to rehire, do not freak out and back away from it, saying, well, this person has done great. And you start making excuses, right? You can hear it in your head. You start making these excuses, but then you have to think about what is the best for the organization as a whole, the team as a whole. What is the best for your team? That's what you have to make. Those are the hard choices you have to make. And as a leader, you have to make those hard choices because if you don't, then that's how the whole system starts to collapse because you have the wrong people in the wrong seats.